In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. Muhammad is his messenger, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is our divine reminder and warner that's in our midst. I would like to thank you for tuning in to another episode of the JAKQ Brothers Presents Let Us Make Man, a podcast of brothers that desires nothing more than to present a positive image as to what a striving man of God should be. For all of us are family men who love our children. We're all businessmen. We are all youth mentors. And we all work hard in our community to make it a decent and safe place to live. When putting this podcast together, we decided to govern ourselves by 3 rules. 1 was to put God first in all that we do. 2, to present content to podcasts that can make you a better you. And 3, to present brotherhood and unity amongst men that you could be proud of. Now, before I go any further, I'd like to give a big shout out to a sister by the name of Sister Sadia Muhammad out of Houston, Texas. I gave her the blueprint as to what I wanted, and she put it together. So thank you again, Sister Sadia Muhammad out of Houston, Texas. Now, my name is Brother Kawi Muhammad. I'm a brother that loves history. I love the beginning of things, the root of things, inspirations and motivations. And I hope that you enjoy those line of questions that I have for our guest tonight. Our next guest will be a brother that was born and raised in Orlando, Florida. This brother brings an excellent attitude to every meeting that we have. Good brother to work with. My brother, JAKQ Muhammad.
Yes, yes. Peace to the gods. We got an exciting show for you tonight. If you was a 90s baby coming in Islam, in the Nation of Islam, these brothers we have tonight, these are the brothers that you've seen on every scene with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And we just want to lay tribute to our brothers, give them flowers while they live. Just want to show some respect, some honor to all of their service and hard work. So tune in. If you have any questions, please send them in. We're gonna get them to these brothers. So go ahead and tune in and enjoy the show. Back to you, Kawi.
Right. Our next host on the show, this brother was born and raised in New York City. His brother daddy is one of the legends out of New York. But he don't lean on his daddy's good name to get around these days. He's trying to make a name for himself. I'm talking about my brother, Ahmed B.
Yes. Thank you. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, Muhammad is his messenger. I am your brother Ahmed. Tonight, we have on the show men who represent fearlessness, work, love, dedication, and righteousness. We, the JAKQ Brothers, strive to also represent those qualities in our work through our youth mentor programs, through our own businesses, our podcast, which you can find on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at JAKQ Brothers. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Our website is www.jakbrothers.com. Come January, you can go on that site and look for merchandise, ebooks, and products that help support this initiative and give out solid information to our followers. You can also support us through our Cash App at $JAKQ Bros. You see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen, $JAKQ Bros. You can contact us at JAKBrothersViewers@gmail.com, JAKBrothersViewers@gmail.com, where you can leave comments and information to help us grow. Please support us. We also have a prison initiative in effect right now, where we're sending the FCN Final Call newspaper, the boldest Black-owned newspaper, Final Call, into prisons to our brothers and sisters that are incarcerated. You can leave any information that you have on any brothers and sisters or family members or friends that you know. You can leave their information at JAKBrothersViewers@gmail.com. Leave their information so we can help get this information to them while they're sitting, they're learning, they're striving, we're trying to bring brothers and sisters closer to Allah. Again, JAKBrothersViews@gmail.com, and you can support us financially at JAKQ Bros, $JAKQ Bros on our Cash App. Thank you all for viewing. Back to you, Kawi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brother Ahmed, before we get going, it's a couple of captains that still trying hard to get on. We just got one. We have two more to go. If you can help them, please help them.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yes, sir. So no further, let's get going, brothers. First of all, I want to say that the JAKQ brothers.
Yeah, that's him.
I want to say the brother.
Definitely got me working.
Go ahead.
I said, y'all should have got me working because we just doing our food distribution, and I just clearly slipped my mind. So I apologize. I'm not dressed, but I'm in the middle of work.
Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. Yes,
so
sir.
Once again, the JAKQ brothers, we are excited and privileged to honor one of the great teams in the history of the Nation of Islam. This show is entitled "Let Us Make Man." And who is better to have on our show than men that has dedicated their lives to just that, the making of men? The brothers are the standard right now for security anywhere. I'm talking about Secret Service, FBI, CIA, this team, that team, this right here. They are the standard as to how brothers teams on the past and in the future should try to emulate themselves by. For these brothers walked in power. They walked with power.
Right.
They walked with presence. They had stern faces. They were fit. They did it with style and grace. Simply put, these brothers made security look good. I want to introduce you.
That's right.
That's right. If you can't imagine what I'm saying, we have a video to give you a further illustration as to what I just said. Shoot the video, Brother Jack.
Yes, sir.
We must first be brothers. So those of you who thought you would come out here to see a weak, fragile, decrepit Farrakhan, I want you to look again. I'm here and I'm strong.
You're a soldier, black man, by nature. You love discipline. Black man don't like it if it's weak and namby-pamby. Islam brings out the natural warlike propensity in the black man. Black man is a born soldier.
The people that God has blessed me with make sure that Brother Farrakhan has whatever he needs to do the job of the liberation of our people.
Coming right now to the stage, are you ready for the Honorable Louis Farrakhan? Takbir! Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! There's a new black man in America today. Join me as we embrace with deep gratitude, with profound love, our beloved leader, our beloved teacher, and our beloved guide, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Help me, brothers and sisters, to embrace our beloved Minister Farrakhan. Allahu Akbar.
Praise be to Allah. And with no further ado, everybody, and with a JAKQ Brothers round of applause, I want to welcome you and show tribute and honor to the 1990s Farrakhan team. I'm going to introduce each one of you one by one. I'm going to start off with Abdul, student minister, Wali Allah. Did I say it right? Waliullah?
Waliullah.
I know you're gonna beat me.
No. Waliullah. Well, you don't want to start with F1? I mean, we probably go in order. You know, I know my pecking order. It was 7 of us, so oftentimes I had to find the other ride because only 5 could go to a car. So me and Khalil usually we block rolling together. We wasn't looking at the first car. We better find a second car because it can only be 5 and 2, and we don't want to know what. So should we start? And I don't want to try to run your show, but should we start with F1?
I like what you're doing.
No, we started with F7. We started with F7. We count down. We count down.
God's number. All right,
yes, sir. We count down. Yes, sir.
I get it.
Yes, sir. Come on now.
This is not new to me. You know, we
Yes,
understand that 7, where it fit in the chain from 1 to 7. So, Khalil, we still in that same position. I can see. You know what I mean?
Hey, we still there, man. But hey, it's a good position to be in, Black man.
It's a good position.
It's a good position.
Let
me say this.
Yes, sir.
With all humility, let me thank you, Brother Kawi, Brother Jackie, and Brother Ahmad, for having the show, and my colleagues and these men that I've known, every one of them for over 30 years. And of course, Brother Dennis, who I first met on the college campus back in 1982. So he was the first Muslim I met outside of my first student minister, Abdul Halim Muhammad Donald at the time. And so all of these men here hold a very, very special place in my heart. Brother Sharif, of course, at the time was the supreme captain when I was made the regional captain in Los Angeles. And of course, Brother Akil, who we used to always go up to Baltimore, Brother Curtis and Brother Khalil. These are men that I've come to know that we put our lives on the line for, of course, God's messenger, but also we put our lives on the line for each other and for the believers and for our nation. So I'm honored to have been able to serve during that time with them, and been honored for them to have entrusted myself and Khalil in particularly, that from 1987 till 2000, we probably ran just about every major venue with the exception of one that I can remember that I was not a part of with these men in securing the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan from 86, 87. Of course, they got longer stories than me, but I was their go-to guy back in those 90s, and it's, just an honor. So I'm here to listen, to learn, and just to say thank you to the 3 of you, but thank you to my colleagues, and of course, our great Supreme Captain, Mustafa. We keep him and the family in our prayer, because truly the demonstration of brotherhood that he have shown to me, and when we used to run back in the days when we would travel, when he would come to Buffalo and other places, go out and run, I'm just so grateful to be a number in the 7, and even at the end of it is just honor to, since the end anchors it, I'm honored to be one of those men with these great men of Islam and help with Honorable Minister Farrakhan. I'll stop right there. I'm also a preacher, so I can keep going.
Yeah, you can explain up to 7.
Maybe the person mastermind my
Yes, sir.
Thank Allah for Allah is Christ for the Messiah. Thank you, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, brother.
Next, brother, I'd like to introduce.
I did what I did.
And I want to introduce you to F6, brother Khalil Muhammad.
Yes, sir. Assalamu Most holy name of Allah, Christ, and the Messiah. I greet everybody in the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Sir.
Honor, man, and a privilege for me to be on. I don't do too many podcasts and all of that. I really stay off the internet, social media. I don't really get onto that. But I want to thank you, brothers, for honoring us. And, you know, it was a pleasure, man. I was a little young brother from Fifth Ward, Texas. And one day I looked up and I was sitting on the side of Messiah. So nothing in my part. Thank Allah for the opportunity. And I'm grateful. These brothers are like family to me. I mean, we stay in contact. We've been with each other for the last 30 years or so. And, you know, I'm just grateful to be part of the group.
Praise Allah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Next, Captain, I want to introduce. I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead.
So I said I'm not a preacher, so go ahead.
Yeah, yes, sir. Next, Captain, I want to introduce you to is F5, yes, Captain Curtis.
There you go. Assalamu alaikum, Cap.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Like Islam.
Yes, sir. In the name of Allah, in the name of Allah, the merciful, I just want to say thank you all for honoring us, and I'm just pleased to be here and to be alive and to have been a part of this great team. We give all the praise to Allah, and we can never thank Him enough for blessing us to have the Messiah in our midst, in Honorable Louis Farrakhan, that really trained us all. So with that, I'm going to pass the mic to F4. What's up, D?
F4.
Yeah, he gonna need a minute.
F4, Captain Dennis,
New York.
He got another preacher.
You muted, brother.
And let him talk to your mic.
You're
Yeah,
on mute, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
If you're on mute.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Say it again.
Put it to the
I
mic.
think he said he wanted me to talk for him.
Yeah, no. Go ahead, bro, Cap.
Just keep. Are we good? We good now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Almost giving honor and praise to Allah. I thank Him to be able to witness such a great time we're living in. And I'm so honored to be on this live feed with some of the most greatest and wonderful men that I have met in my life. These brothers, we are family. And I love each and every one of them. And I thank you, dear brothers, for giving me this great honor, this great honor of showing the great contribution and dedication that these men have made with their families and their lives to secure the Messiah. And let me say this to you, my dear brothers. I'm Eddie Kane. I'm sure you know Eddie Kane. We the 7 heartbeats.
Yeah. New York. New York.
Thank you so much, folks.
Yes, sir.
Okay, F3, Captain Akil.
Captain Akil.
All praise due to Allah. I thank Allah for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan. I want to say I thank Allah for all the brothers that's on here tonight. I've learned so much with these brothers, and I learned a lifetime with these brothers. I'm still dealing with these brothers, and I've been knowing them for 30, 40 years now. And so in this work, man, I'm honored to be a helper of the Messiah, Minister Farrakhan. You know, back in '80 when I came in, man, it was just a handful of us, and we crisscrossed this country back and forth with our leader, and no questions asked, man. We would move out in a heartbeat with our rent money in our pocket. That's how we got from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Come on now, come on.
And nothing could stop us, man. Even our own wives couldn't even stop us. Once we believed in this man here, brother, it was on, you know. And we started. And I'm grateful to help the minister, because we were in the beginning with the minister. The minister had the word, and that's all he had was the word, man. He ain't had no palace, he ain't had no big 18-wheelers, he ain't had no farm, he ain't had no this. He had the word of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Master Fard Muhammad, and he built the nation, and we were there, man. So I give thanks to our leader for permitting me to be one of the brothers that helped secure him. Man, it takes it's a lot to be a chosen one. See, Allah had to see fit to put us around his man. And whatever Allah saw in me, I'm grateful, man. I'm very humble, because I don't deserve it. That's one thing. And so I don't have much to say. I'm not a preacher, you know what I mean? But like the minister say, that brother don't speak well, but he can train some damn men, you know. Come on. That's what I did for the leader, man. I helped train men for the leader, you know what I mean? And my brother to the right of me, Sharif, we came in almost like together, you know. And they used to call us the Boxy Twins or something.
Boxhead twins. Boxhead twins.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, right, brother Khalil. You said the Boxhead.
You know, and man, I was blessed to walk with the minister when the minister was a young man. Now he's older, but much wiser now, you know. And so I don't want to get into a long thing. Let me pass that on to the preacher over here, former Supreme Captain Sharif Muhammad. I thank you, brothers, for the work y'all did, man. I mean, doing, because you know, we're proud men in a sense. We don't go knocking on people's doors, because we were taught and trained by the minister himself, man. And the great ones, Rahman and brother and Akbar, all them, man, they didn't have to knock on our door. We went looking for them. But we today, we the same way. You know, if I'm grateful that you came and found us, brothers, and gave us a chance. All I can say is all praise due to Allah, and thank the minister for all this hard work, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You know, F2 isn't here. He's on his post, but he's here in spirit. No doubt about that.
Say his name. Say his name.
That's right.
The Supreme Captain.
Mustafa Farrakhan. Come on, man.
Farrakhan, you got
That's
it.
right. F2, Mustafa Farrakhan. Come on now.
And last but not least, F1 of the 90s F team, the Supreme Captain of that time, Student Minister Sharif Abdul Muhammad.
Abdul Sharif.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Look, I just want to thank Allah first for having the greatest team that ever did it. I want to say it. I thank Allah for having the greatest team that ever did it. I thank Allah for each and every one of you. I want to thank the JAKQ brothers, each one of you for allowing us the privilege to be on your platform. And I want to thank you brothers for coming on, each and every one of them, for coming on the platform.
Yes,
Praise
I love each and every one of you all. Thank you all for coming and to help the Messiah, to help the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for all those years until the very moment y'all still helping the Honorable Louis Farrakhan.
That's right.
I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I know there was some times when things got rough, but oh, Sarge, please, I want to talk. I like that talk because I know it was rough. I was driving, man. I was driving, and I like to publicly atone for whatever I did because it doesn't affect any of my brothers. But I want you to know I love you all, and I wish you all can find the bottom of your heart to accept my apology publicly. I love you, brothers. Thank you all.
No
Thank
need.
you all very much.
Praise be to Allah. So, hey, that was beautiful, fellas. Let's get to work. Let's get to work. First question, how did the F team come about? Who idea was it? How did y'all assemble this great team?
Sharif can answer that.
Well, I tell you what, as the minister was moving around the country, Brother Akil and I, Brother Mustafa, Supreme Captain, sometime he would travel with his father, sometimes he didn't in the early days. But Brother Akil and I, we started moving, and the captains, the regional, at that time, the captain, Brother Dennis was one of the main ones, and we was everywhere the minister moved, we started moving. And when I became, by grace of God, by the time I came Supreme Captain, I watched all these great captains that was moving around the country. And we pulled a team together from the regional captain and made them regional captains. And then those men made men. But that's how we pulled the team together in a little short notice.
Based on what you're saying, it's like you pulled them from their lives. And so
work
relationship.
Yeah. And so y'all was traveling the world with the minister. How did y'all finance y'all livelihoods while y'all was gone the way you was traveling? How did y'all finance yourselves?
I say this, brother, that we use, I think I said it earlier, we used our rent money in the early days to move around our bill money, because I was taught that a bill always, you know what I mean? But the man of God helped the man of God establish this work here. And when I came in the nation, I had to leave all my previous friends behind, because I came in by myself, and that was my choice, man, to help God's man. And that's what I moved around with, the love and rent money.
Can I say something? Let me say this to add to what Akil said. Number one, we always knew that the minister gave us a field to work out in. And when we became regional captains, and that was due to Brother Sharif, as soon as he became the supreme captain, he started moving us around on the chessboard. And if it was not for NOI security and Starbright security, that was income for not only us, but many of the FOI was able to make a livelihood from NOI security. So we was able to make money on NOI security. We had cities. I was over the eastern coast, and I had 2 restaurants. So we all had certain livelihoods. But one thing we would not do, we would not ask the Honorable Minister Farrakhan for nothing. Never did we ever go to him and ask him for one penny. He gave us a field to work out in, and we worked it. Thank Almighty God Allah that we never allowed money to stand in the way of our dedication and commitment to protect that man. And Allah took care of us. We was taking care of God's man.
That's right.
In that order.
Wow.
And I
You wanna
like to
add
jump
Brother
in there.
Khalil?
Khalil,
Who is
go
that?
ahead, Khalil.
That was that was Captain Khalil.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I'm sorry, sir.
No, go ahead, Khalil.
You muted, Khalil. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, when I first became captain, I really didn't know what to do. So I asked the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, what to do as a captain, and his instructions to me was to lift up the brothers, to lift up the men. And I went to work doing that, and I have to say it was the love of the brotherhood in this region that enabled me to travel with the leader. I had a nickname, they used to call me MoneyGram Man, because every time we would land somewhere, I'd have to go run the MoneyGram, pick up a couple of dollars to keep going, So I want to thank the brothers, make sure I say that. The black men, these brothers here in the Southwest region, they helped me to be able to move around like I did.
Praise Allah.
That's that.
Yeah, I'd like to just jump in and say,
Thank you, Brother Khalil.
That's it.
Go ahead, Abdul. Go ahead, Abdul.
I was going to say, in the early days, I was a lieutenant. So, I was the first officer. So, back in the early days when they were captain, and I was a lieutenant before I became a captain, because I became a captain when Brother Dennis was promoted by Sharif, Abdul Sharif, Student Minister Sharif, to be a regional captain. I became the captain in Buffalo. And so, when we were traveling, we also sold products. We would be on the grind. I got to be honest. From the tapes or from buttons, or we figured a way, like we became entrepreneurs on the road as well. At least for us, the soldiers that was on it. So, we'd be selling buttons. I was selling picture frames. I used to love to go to Baltimore. That was at least a couple $1,000 a night for me in Baltimore at the Palladium. I still remember it. It was so good to me at the Palladium. But, we worked and did everything we could. And again, we had businesses. I had a business back in Buffalo, I had a construction business. And so, we would jump on the road, and you say how we sustained ourselves and trusting Allah and His messenger, but also in doing the work, Allah made opportunities for us. As Brother Dennis mentioned, NOI Security, Star Bright Security. To this very day, I run a security company, RBW Security. That's how I sustain myself to this very day, is from the model that was set going back in the 80s and in the 90s, that the messenger of Allah, the exalted Christ, said, do something for self. And so when I came in the nation and I heard the minister in 82, by the time I left the university in 85, I started my first business when I was 24, which was Unity Contractors. And from that point on, whether security, construction, restaurant, we just kept doing and kept following that. And I remember the tape connections and how that used to be every captain on here had a tape connection at one time or another that helped to finance them off the word of the messenger. I remember that because that's how Carlos came in on the running Akil tape connection in Baltimore and others. So it is that was another way in which we financed ourselves, with the word that the minister would speak. We would then turn back around, and that word would also help to finance us on our travels. In those early days that I remember, correctly, so that's what I would say on that.
Praise be to Allah. Let me ask you a question, captains. Was it a hard decision to leave y'all lives and just travel like that with the minister for the amount of time that y'all did? Was it a question? Was it you had to discuss it with your family? Was it a debate at all?
No, sir.
Man, we were so glad to get out the house when you talking about that. And they was wondering if we gonna come back home. We had his bags back, we had our bags back. Man, we was pacing back and forth. That was it hard? Man, please. Come back home, son.
It wasn't hard because we kept our bags packed.
That's right.
And when I came in the nation, I found a whole new group of a new family. So it wasn't hard to come from the world into the Nation of Islam, because the brotherhood, man. And I experienced the baddest, the beautiful, the best brotherhood in the world is the FOI. When I came in, brother, and because most black people come in, you know, we come in from little nothing. We come in nothing, you know, and the minister and gave us an opportunity to work in our field, and we worked our field, man. You know, and me and brother Sharif started off together, but he went to eventually I went to Baltimore. Then eventually he went to Chicago. I became the regional captain, and like brother brother Hugh said, I gotta learn that name too, brother. Wally, you know. As he said, brother, we all had businesses, man. And the same thing my brother did in Washington, brother Sharif did. I took it to Baltimore and built Baltimore up, and we became one of the biggest. We became one of the biggest regions in the nation. The minister said one time the Mid-Atlantic, pound for pound, is the baddest region in the nation. So I was because we had a lot of experienced brothers here. We had Minister Jamil, Minister
Aline,
brother Aline.
Mm-hmm.
We had Minister Arv. We had all those brothers came out of the Mid-Atlantic. That one time we was like the manufacturer of brotherhood in the Mid-Atlantic.
Yes,
we were producing brothers. We sent brother Fontaine up there. We sent brother from Washington. We sent brother Richard up there. We sent brother Arthur's up there. A whole lot of brothers up there. Man, we went to work, and we went to work hard.
Yes, sir.
Praise be to
Allah. If you could, what was the environment like? I know in the 90s, you know, we had the gangs, we had the Malcolm X movie. Now I'm talking before the Million Man March, leading up to the Million Man March. We had the Jews coming at the minister. What was your work environment like? And what did that do for the brotherhood? How did that bring the brotherhood together?
Me?
It don't matter. Either one. Anybody.
Brother Sharif?
That's Curtis. There he is.
Oh, okay.
But Curtis, you just need to get out the bedroom, man, and come on and go live, man.
I'm on the highway, dear brother. Doing what you do. So I'm on the highway, so phone's going in and out.
Oh, I understand, brother.
I'm sure y'all are, you know, I'll say what I need to say.
You can go ahead, brother Curtis. You can go ahead.
What you want me? I mean, I don't hear the question. I didn't hear anything. Just keep going. I'm listening.
Yes, sir. Well, we can back it up. We can back it up a little bit for you, brother Captain. I asked the captains, how did y'all finance yourselves when y'all was on a roll out there away from your families?
He froze.
He froze. Okay.
Okay.
So you can go back. What's your question
again? Go ahead, Ahmed. Go ahead, Ahmed.
No, I wanted to know in the brothers, when you in your rise to these positions, once getting in these positions, what kind of problems and challenges did you have with the believers and the people around you in their expectations of you to be these perfect men? You know, you're in these positions now, and captains should know they're looking at you to have all the answers to be perfect. What kind of challenges did you go through with that?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Let me say this. Because we was with the minister, the believers never looked at us any other way but great soldiers that were protecting him.
Mm.
And they didn't look for no fault. Fault with God's man. He took away that eyes of the believers.
Mm.
wanted to be like us. We were the example. And what the suit looked like. Man, when we walked with the leader, I seen the video he did. Did you see that swag we had? Man, come on, let's keep it 100.
Super.
Listen, truth of the matter is, the believer loved it. Now, you had a few hypocrites in the range and some mischief makers. All of us had a couple of them. It was one particular time. We was in Buffalo. He was trying to get to the city to tell me. Get a block, don't let it. Speak, you remember that? We all had them, man. I'm telling you, we all had them. But the believers love us. And I never had no problem. I mean, you know, and of course, you know, you raise your head up on the East Coast. We had old saying on the stars, you bucket, you bucket. You know what I said to them? You bucket. I hope you ain't bucket.
Yes, sir.
Praise
So now, I didn't have such problem.
Yes, sir.
The question was, how did we finance ourselves, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
The question was, how did we finance ourselves? Well, we was blessed. You know, I know the brothers on the phone remember this. Every regional captain and captain was given a nickel off for the phone call. So in Atlanta, we move anywhere from 25 to 30,000 papers. So you're talking at 5 cents a paper, that's a pretty good paycheck. That's at least $1,500 a week that you're getting to be free. See, and that's how I was able to move, along with a few security contracts.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Sure.
man. Hey.
So leading up to the Million Man March, I mean, it looked like the minister was traveling across the country like every week. That would have, because you know, I came in about 10 years ago, so everything that I've learned, I learned through looking at videos, talking to these brothers, Brother JAKQ and Brother Ahmed. But it really looked like y'all was really traveling at an unprecedented rate. Man, how do y'all? I mean, what was the downtime to that? What was the workload like on a day-to-day basis for y'all? Like what was your mentality like to keep at that pace with the minister?
Yeah.
Well, we were tight with one another, and if one of us had a problem, all of us would go to his aid, and we would tell him, man, you ain't going to see the leader. You ain't gonna be in California. All right, bro, Captain, I'll be there, bro. So we would put the press on him, you know, the full court press on you, man. If you ain't gonna spin out of what Allah bless you with, man, and be there. In other words, what I'm saying is, if you ain't gonna, I'm spending my rent money, you ain't gonna spend yours. You know, and so that's how we helped each other. We motivated each other, and of course we had a Sarge, you know, on us, and I was like F3, he was F1, right?
Yes.
F1, but me and him came in the nation around the same time, and so he would get me the call Khalil or call Brother Hugh or call Brother Dennis. See what their problem is, man. And once we get on the phone, just like this, and got to motivating each other, we were all in sync. We were all there. We'll put the minister on the plane in Washington and meet him in New York or meet him in California. And he would say, brothers, how y'all get here so fast? Praise to Allah. That's all we say.
Yes, sir. Praise to Allah.
Yes, sir.
So you would put the minister. So you would put the minister on the plane, and you all would drive to the location.
We would drive, or we had to catch another flight because most of the time we didn't know the minister's schedule. And so we found out that we thought, say Baltimore was the end of his speaking tour, but he found out that he just got a call last night. He going to Florida. Me and Sharif would look at each other. You know, who in Florida that we know? Okay, Khalil closer to Florida. Let's get Khalil to meet us there, and we come on in. And I called Dennis, and we all knew that we need to be in Florida the next day.
Yes,
Brother Captain McGill, man, I was going home. Brother, look, you got to be in Florida, brother. Brother Curtis, down there in the South, we coming your way, brother.
yes,
You know, be ready. And that's how we did it.
That's right.
You know, we ain't take no wooden nickels.
That's right, but Cap. That's right, but Cap.
That's right. With no excuse in our ranks, because whatever the minister wanted, and most likely he'll tell Sharif, Supreme Captain, what's going down in each region, what he needed. Supreme Sharif will come to us and say, Brother Captain Curtis, something going down in your region, I need to know. Curtis got to come back with a yes, sir, Brother Minister, I took care of that.
That's right.
Come back with no, I ain't know nothing about it. I can't do nothing about it. Ain't no excuse in this thing here, brother. We made it happen.
That's right.
Man.
You want to chime in there, brother Abdul Waliullah?
Well, when you talk about workload, I mean, I think the question with the workload, I mean, it was always, I think Akil said it, we were running from city to city on a regular basis. So, sometimes you get up in the morning and you're up, whether you walk into the venue, checking it out, see what's going on, looking at, in our days, remember, we ran the security around the messenger. Today they have the E team that do most of or a lot of the heavy lifting today. But when we were captains and regional captains, we did most of the heavy lifting, and the E team supported us for the most part. So today, what you see is, with us, we would get into a city and the E team would check with us with assignment and everything of that nature. So the workload, I hear what Block is saying, excuse me, what Akil is saying, but in truth, the workload they felt me and Cleo and sometime Curtis, they came on stage, But don't get me wrong now. They did their work too now. They came to the venue, they checked, and then they said, okay, that's what y'all go do. And so then the workload was, okay, Khalil, okay, Hugh, and Curtis. But Curtis had a way since he was 5. He figured he was in the middle or something like that. So he figured 6 and 7. But Curtis also fell on Brother Captain Curtis also fell on him. But the workload, and I didn't mind, because guess what? Dennis and Brother Keel, they are my seniors, because in truth and Sharif, they were there before me. Khalil was there before me. I didn't come in here to minister in 1982, and I didn't register until 85. Although I was active because of Brother Dennis in 83 and 84, I've always had an opportunity to be around the messenger and in the mid 80s. So we knew what it was like to work. And so when it's like Brother Akil said, there's no such thing as an excuse. Sharif said, do something. This is what another. When he walked through that venue, everything had to be the way it was, from the check-in to the back to everything. So we took it very seriously, that we did everything we can do to make sure nothing happened at that venue. And whatever, if it didn't, if it was to be taken, we took care of it. And what we couldn't take, Allah and the angels handled. But we made sure every chair was checked, and they trusted us to make sure that what's going on. And we went back and gave the report, and they were able to give the report to the messenger of God that this and that was going on. Now, that's not to say that it didn't work, because they were working way before me. I came in watching them work, because they taught us how to do it, and then we did it. And then, of course, as we went, we had another set of men that came behind us, whether it's David and others like that who was here. But, we were just blessed, to be honest, when I came in, to have a man like Brother Dennis in front of me, and then his colleagues at the time, Akil and of course Abdul Sharif, you know, those are the men that we looked at, and then they brought us along. At least for me, Curtis was around a little bit longer. I think he might have been prior to 75, so he might have known a little bit more than me. Khalil came in like in 81, I think. Khalil, was it around there, 80?
81.
You know, so 81. So I was the junior. Not only was I 7, but I was the junior. So they used to call, really, I was gopher. You know, go for this and go for that. Where Hugh at? Have him go for this and go for that. I'm like, you know, the rookie basketball player, go get the coffee. So
No. See, it went like this, brother Wally. It was like this. It was a chain. It was a chain of command. It was F1, F2.
I understand.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was the one Dennis said, well, Brother Curtis, I'm F4, so I'm going back upstairs with the minister. Make it happen. So I couldn't come back and tell Brother Dennis, ain't nothing happening. When Dennis saw me, he would see me in the room. He said, Brother Kill, what Curtis doing in here? Where? I said, it's on lock, Brother Dennis. I got it. I had Brother Hugh, Brother Khalil, Brother Thomas out of Detroit, Brother Tim. I had a crew down there working. I watched Brother Kill and Brother Dennis. That's what it is. Okay, how you doing this? I want to go have a pretty one too. So you and Khalil was well qualified, man. So I think a lot for y'all, man. I really do, man.
I can remember.
Yeah, I really do. Y'all worked it, brother. Y'all worked it.
I remember one instance. I think we were in LA when Sharif walked in and said something to Block. Block looked at Dennis and said, "Okay, folks, get it." Folks looked at 5, and me and Hugh just threw our hands up and said, "Okay, we gone." You gotta tell us we know what's next.
but you know, brother,
we loved it though, man.
It was just love, man. You know, I remember a time when the minister went to St. Kitts and nobody went but Brother Sharif and Brother Mustafa. And the minister got there and decided he gonna speak to 5,000 people. So Sharif called Block, my brother Akil, number 3, and Akil said, I can't move. So I said, damn, man. So I told Brother Jamil, I got to go to St. Kitts and I got to get somebody to go with me. So I called Khalil. Khalil said, I ain't got no money. I said, man, meet me in Miami. So we get to St. Kitts. It's only Brother Sharif, Brother Mustafa, myself, and Khalil. So Brother Sharif said, let's deputize some people. So we got some red bow ties. Put some brothers from St. Kitts up on the wall with white shirts and red bow ties. And we secured a venue with 5,000 people with just us folks.
Come on now.
No, I mean, that's some stories, brother. There was a mountain over there. And I got up late, and Sharif and Khalil and them went walking downtown with the minister. I'm going to walk up the mountain with some gaiters on and a silk suit. I got all the way to the top of that mountain and looked back. I said, they not up here. I saw them coming from downtown. And the minister looked up there. He said, who that poor brother coming back down? I had to walk down that hill with some alligator shoes on, leather bottom, man. Can you imagine? When I get to the bottom, I get to the bottom of the hill. I'm telling the minister, I said, but minister, that's some kind of hill. They looked at me and said, oh, brother, we went up there this morning or yesterday. We walked the whole mile. And then there's another story that only Sharif and Mustafa can tell of what happened, how Allah protects his servant. We was just fill-ins. The minister used to always tell us, brother, you all are not my security. I'm your security. As long as you with me, you secured.
That's right.
And it's some things happened up on that mountain in St. Kitts. I like for Brother Sharif to tell that story.
Yes, sir. F1, we like to hear it.
That's a long story, but man, Lord Jesus, Brother Curtis, why you bring up that story?
That's a miracle story, Brother Sharif, and you witnessed it.
Yes, it's true. Man, that was a long walk, man. I mean, the minister, it's almost like walking from St. Kitts Nevis. That's the next
Members, yeah.
island next to it. But if the river that separated, but up that hill, when you get to the mountain, the top of that mountain, there was nothing but water you could see. But it was a long way. And the minister walking, that sun was hot, man. We left early that morning. That sun was beaming down, man. Then now we got to turn around and walk back to the hotel. Man, and that sun was beaming, man. And then we started walking back. This is the untold story, but we started walking back and that sun was hitting. And then the minister got a little tired. That heat stroke kind of got him. He was walking back, and then Brother Musa he told me at that time, I stayed with the minister. Brother Musa started running down the highway to try to find some help. I was going back down, and I mean, that's how you know Allah is God, man. That's why Brother Curtis was saying a miracle. And we were walking down in front of us, the Supreme Captain now, but a car came down around the corner that was over there. You know, they got all kind of cars. We call them Ubers over here and Lyft. Over there, but I don't know what you call them, but they was full of pack. I jumped down in front of the highway. I said, look, man, that's this car. We got to stop this car. The minister needs to ride. So we stopped the car, and the man looked, and he recognized the minister. But it was right on time because the minister, I mean, it was hot. You got the minister in the car, drove down a little bit and saw Brother Musa, got Musa in the car, and Musa got in the car. But the man, like I said, the man knew the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, but Allah set the man right on time.
Yes, sir.
He had to get the minister back. That's it, real quick. I left out a lot of stuff, but that's we got the minister back safe. By the grace of God.
Yeah.
So, family, I know y'all were with the minister a long time.
Man.
I know y'all seen the miracles. I know y'all could testify to some of these miracles that you see. Can you share some of them?
We got so many, brother. I can tell you this, man. You know, while we have been walking with the minister, there were certain situations that we know that Allah intervened into the minister's affairs. That's all I'm saying. And one of the things that we've learned is that the only time in my life I ever felt safe is when we was with the minister. And one of the times, man, we were together with the minister, you know, and it was always like we'd be rushing to get to the airport, and I'd be thinking, man, we ain't gonna make this flight. We ain't gonna make this flight. The minister ain't never missed a flight. I don't know. I mean, God, am I right? So we be like, but minister, if we don't leave now, you know, we got to get there. But we have been blessed, dear brother, to be with him in some times, man, where we knew he was in Mississippi, it's upstate New York. And this was the Tawana Brawley thing. And, you know, it was a very tense climate. And the minister gathered us up and he said, brothers, he said, I don't know what we're going to go into. He said, but, you know, are you with me? In other words, we get ready to go out there. And, you know, we never thought a second thought. We with you, brother minister. Whatever had to be done, had to be done. And, you know, we would go into certain situations, man, and Allah makes it. One of the great stories, Brother Sharif, they know this one. We got kicked out of Trump. Atlantic City.
Oh, yeah, Atlantic City. Yes, sir.
Donald Trump kicked us out. And then listen, we've been waiting all day long. Sharif had me down there waiting for Yusuf Shaw to give me some tickets at ringside at the Mike Tyson and Mike Spinks fight. So he at the hotel with the leader. Sharif keep calling, you get the tickets, I said, man, this dude didn't show up. Shocked him and told him that Mike had the ringside ticket for the minister. So we get the card. So she said, come on, man. So I go back because it's about ready for ringside. So we in there, so we get a call that Sharpie said that Donald Trump didn't want the minister in the venue. The minister be a self-respecting man. He always said he would never be nowhere we's not wanted. So we packed up, man, and we said, dear minister, we can make it to Philadelphia and watch the fight. So we called Brother Captain Gregory at the time, told him we bring the leader. So we in the car. We was with Brother Al's band. Yeah, Al was our transportation man back in the day. And as we was going down the highway, I remember the minister said, brother, no man likes rejection. He said, but that's the price I got to pay. But you could see he was hurt by it. And, we kind of mad. So we get to the spectrum. we in jogging. Nobody knows this the minister. We all in jogging outfit. Spectrum. No sooner we sit down, man, Mike knocked this dude Spinks out in 90 seconds. The fight was so fast that the people got upset. Down, so somebody threw over the balcony some beer and some popcorn, and it hit Lucifer.
Whoa.
Oh.
And the Supreme said, Lucifer said, he said, man, let's get Pops out of here. As we was getting the minister out of there, man, it was jammed. So, we had the minister with his arms like on our shoulder. So we started off with the fast walk, right? That walk turned into a nice little trot. Now we know upstairs the man. So that trot got a little faster. Next thing I know, I see Muska punching people, throwing I'm punching, we throwing people off. Now we getting a little frustration off, Jim. You have to understand that. We already know we got kicked out of Atlantic City.
That's right.
So the minister said, brothers. Somebody said, hey, man. God. So help me, God. They parted like the Red Sea. And then you heard them chant, Farrakhan, Farrakhan. And man, we was rolling with the boat like he was the champ. And man, we got up in that band and you should see the look on the minister's face. And I said, brother minister, you see, the people love you.
Right.
And man, do y'all remember that soldier?
Yes, sir.
Hey, could anyone share about the event when the guy parachuted into that fight? And what can you talk about that situation?
Yeah, I've been tempted to look at it again on the it said it's on the internet, but we was at one of those fights, I think with Mike Tyson or Holyfield or somebody.
Mike and Holyfield.
And we was up around the stage and with the minister, and next thing we knew, some white boy was flying in on a parachute, and I guess he meant to land in the ring, but he landed right there where the minister was at, and we tore his hind parts up, man. I remember hitting him with a radio.
That was you? Oh.
Yeah.
No concessions, no concessions.
Okay. Maybe I should.
Statute of limitations.
Hey man, we done.
Yeah, limitation, whatever that is. It's gone now. But
yeah, that's gone. Let's go. Come on,
but
man.
we hammered that dude, man, and we wore his hind parts up, man, out, and I guess he never got on a parachute again. That was my experience with that, man.
Yes, sir. Praise Allah.
We all got a piece of him, but I had that radio in my hand at the time, and I remember hitting him with that radio.
Did y'all see him though? Did y'all see him coming, or was it a surprise?
No,
Yeah,
I saw
him
coming. I saw him coming. I looked up, I saw him coming. And at first, you look at something and you don't believe it. He's coming in. I'm looking, I say, this dude's coming in. And that's why, because in the team we had, Brother Akil and Musa. I was the minister at that time. But now, Brother Musa and Brother Akil was going to take care of business, and the other brothers on the side of the wall. So when I saw him coming, and then I couldn't believe it, then I saw him getting closer and closer. And when he did, and Brother Akil and Brother Musa, when he got that close, they took care of business. I got the minister out of there.
Yes,
And right.
That's what I'm
You go back.
Yes,
to
sir. It's been
Brother
a lot of time.
Brother Akil just said real nice. He jumped out his head and hit the guy.
He split the man's helmet.
When you look at the video, you really see what happened.
I got a question from one of the audience members. He say, tell us the backstory of escorting Minister Farrakhan and Warif D. Muhammad together on stage. What's the backstory with that?
I want Khalil.
They got quiet on me, bro.
Captain Khalil.
I don't know if I was there. I wasn't in the back on that one. I was out.
Okay, yes, sir.
Making sure everything's like that.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How about this? When y'all used to travel overseas with the minister, especially when y'all went to Libya, how was I know the minister would receive very well. How did they accommodate you as a security team for the minister?
Well, one time, Sharif and Brother Sharif, Mustafa, I think with Brother Shahi, all of them, we was in Zaire. They put on military outfits or something, and they wouldn't let us in the country, because Sharif had his army outfit on, Mustafa had his on, and I think Shahi, I don't know if I had one on or not. I don't think I had one on because I had to stay with the car while they go change, because we couldn't leave the airport until they put on civilian clothes, and that was the time right there.
Wow.
Well, the majority of time.
Oh.
Majority of time, I only went out the country a couple times to the minister. Once to Africa, I've been to, most of the Caribbean islands and parts of Central and South America. But the ones that really traveled the minister out the country would have been, of course, then Supreme Captain Sharif and Akil. They're the ones that did. We traveled in Ghana together in 94 Savior's Day. That's the one trip where all of us were together on that trip. I think it was 94 Savior Day when we were in Ghana that I remember all of us being together as a team. We had army outfits then too, but I guess we didn't get stopped like y'all did. But that trip I remember. But Akil and Sharif, of course, particularly Sharif, they did most of the traveling out the country. I only went out the country to Africa once with the messenger, and that was to Ghana.
Oh, okay, yes, sir.
Let me say this, dear brother. We have to honor, every one of us have to give an original salute to Brother Salim.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Brother Captain Salim plays such a role
Yes, sir.
in every one of our lives.
That's right.
That's right.
When I was on duty on deck, nobody was as great as the great Ak. And he had such a beautiful spirit that every one of us had an Ak story.
Yes, sir.
But let me tell you one that's gonna make y'all laugh. They left Akil back with the food. Evidently he was hungry. These were bananas. So we got back to the room, and Block looks kind of sick a little bit. So Akil said, "This is some bad bananas." He said, "It's not bananas, that's cancer."
I ate about 3-4 of them too, boy.
What was it? What he said?
I don't know what was it?
Plantain.
It was
Oh,
plantain.
Plantains. Oh,
I thought they were bananas. They was going to St. John's, and I was left on one island. I got hungry. And I found out Celestine, Sister Celestine told me they were plantains, not bananas, fool.
I got some. You know, you brothers, in building up such a strong team, there had to be times where trust in each other was built. Do you have any instances where, man, somebody did something so great that it just showed, and you learned to just trust each other, one another, you know?
Well, we have a strong trust factor, and let me say this. We really kept each other in check, because there's one thing we learned, that you could turn hypocrite overnight. And we knew each other so well that if any one of us came on deck and we dropped something too many times or we off base, everybody looking at you. You know, you all right? These was always signs and signals. Did he sell out? Did he sell out the boss?
Right.
So we kept each other in check by how we were able to know each other. We knew each other so well that, you know, like brother Khalil. Now Khalil snored like a broken tractor. Oh man, look at here, my God. Let me tell y'all something. So help me, Jesus. Here's what he would do. He would give us a head start to get to sleep. Am I right, Block? He would give
That's
us
right.
a head
You
start.
can hear Khalil in the next room.
He was sawing wood. He told us so well, we could tell him in another room. And then we had fun. No, we really enjoyed each other. You can't believe the fun we had with each other.
Yes, sir.
When I got on the road, I couldn't wait to see Block. I couldn't wait to see Old Star. We called him Old Star. I knew I stood with Block, I was safe. Because I knew Block would give me heads up when those sides was at. I was like CJ in the soldier store. I would say, you know who missed me last night? Oh, Sarge.
Sarge looking for you, Captain Dennis.
Sarge.
Sarge would call me and say, "You seen Brother Dennis?" No, sir, Brother Supreme, I ain't seen. He said, "Tell him that he got a job. As long as he in your region, he got a job. When he come back to New York, he busted." That's how we kept each other sharp, you know.
I was at the doggone phone booth in Canada. Sarge would never play fair, because every time we do the paper, they had the last call in Chicago. We thought that was some unfair stuff, but man, we put 25,000 in, he'll put 25,500. So we could never beat Chicago. So everybody said, you know, New York ain't got the paper on it. Where Dennis at? I said, I'm here. He said, where you at? I said, brother, I'm in Canada.
That's right.
When you was at the Million Man March, Brother Dennis, you laid out. You was leading. You was in the front, man, and you looked out there and seen all those brothers. Man, what went through your mind? What went through your mind when you looked out at the Million Man March? Yeah, that's any one of y'all.
I'm so honored.
Yeah.
That the Million Man March was put together by these men by the charge of Sharif. Let me tell you something. To this day, when I look at our cry, because we was part of America, and didn't even know we was a part of America. And the great thing about it, I can say the minister mentioned it in New York City. Army. There was some controversy. We couldn't see the tape when the minister said. But what happened was the minister did mention it there, but they took down the minister after the prayer. So Brother Fontaine, they rushed to take the video to duplicate it. So the ministers didn't say it on the video. He said it afterwards. He took them in when he said I was going to take 1 million men. We went to work having all men only meetings around the country. And I got to say to this day, the one who had the largest gathering of the all men only was Brother Khalil in Houston, Texas.
Right.
I mean, we was Chris. Am I right, Soldier?
Yes, sir.
I mean, he had it.
35,000.
He had us in the room with all the big friends at the Million Man Box, right? Look here, man. We sit in the room, and I never forget this. I never forget this, man. And he said, the guy sit there and said, well, I didn't see many marches. I didn't see many.
I don't know what happened just then.
Yeah, you off, Dennis.
Yeah.
He on your phone?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear him?
No, he dropped off. I'm calling back on.
But talking about the Million Man March,
Yeah.
the
Yes,
largest march in the world with the black people, under Supreme Captain Sharif, we locked that that facility down, man. You know, I remember walking from the Capitol to the monument, looking. We had an ocean full of people.
Okay.
It was cold that morning, and we thought, man, we were praying that people showed up. Man, them people was out there at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, filling up that mall with those people. And we get a report to the minister, man. That's all we can do, man. And we had the cities coming in, and Sharif gave us a task of locking this thing down. So I remember getting with Captain Dennis, and we got with the rest of the regional captains, and we divided that mall up where we had it successful, man. We had the biggest soldiers that were coming in, the amount of soldiers that were coming in. We had them all around the stage area up front, and the far out cities like LA or something. We had them locked down all the back, Houston all in the back, man. We locked that down, and to the day that was a event that went off with no incidents.
That's right.
And Sharif knew that they had an army under the ground waiting on black folks to act up, so that they could bring the army from out of the ground and attack us, man. But when we left that mall, wasn't even a piece of paper on the mall. That's how we did it.
Praise be to
Allah.
Even though Leo had to get 40,000 hot dogs out of there on there.
Don't mention that. I want to say this on another note. You know, when the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, well, back in 1981, and I want to give props and thanks and to Brother Minister Jabril Muhammad out of Phoenix, Arizona.
That's right.
When I first came in, we were a study group under him, and he taught us who the messenger and the minister was according to scripture. I wasn't a religious person at all, but you know, through him I understood who we were working with. And when the Honorable Louis Farrakhan came here to establish us as a mosque, we had a little bakery, a little small store, probably hold maybe 50, 60 people, small place. And the miracle was that when we went to pick him up at the airport, he came by himself. We were shocked. But all the while he was here, it was a dark, big, giant, dark cloud that followed us everywhere we went. That same instance happened when he spoke in Mississippi, called Mississippi Burning. And he told them that Allah gonna send, rain. And before we could get out the city, as we were driving out, we could see the big black cloud just coming in, and that whole river flooded, the whole Mississippi River flooded. So at the Million Man March, another instance I want to point out, we were there at the tarmac waiting for Honorable Minister Farrakhan to come in. It got pitch black, and it rained so hard that we were on the tarmac, we could hardly see. And when we were able to see his plane come in, finally, we got him in, got him to the hotel. And when I walked outside of the hotel, the sky was almost cloudless. So I wanted to point out those things that happened, while we were with the leader, many different miracles.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And when I looked out on the stage at the Million Man March, all I could say was, this man speaks to the multitude. And that's a fulfillment of scripture. Wow. It's been great, and all of us are still here. We ready to rock anytime we need it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We got a question on it. Okay, we're gonna go on the final words, gentlemen. We're gonna go on the final words. If you want, take 2 minutes. We give a final words, anything you want to say, anything on your heart. I want to start with Captain Curtis since he got the worst reception.
I just want to say all praises are due to I want to say all praises due to Allah. I can never thank Allah enough for allowing me to be in this great nation and to serve with such noble brothers as the brothers that's the F team. I mean, we had a lot of fun. We brothers, man, and we've been through some things that a lot of people never know that we share with one another. But the honesty, I'm just thankful to Allah that I was able to be a part of this, and by Allah's grace to be able to walk with the Messiah in our midst today, and to be personally trained and schooled and educated by him on what a nation should look like and what we should do to build a nation. So anything I could do at this point forward, I'm available to help our nation become a solid foundation that will live forever. So I'm thankful for Allah, for Brother Dennis, Brother Akil, Brother Khalil, Brother Waliullah, and Brother Sharif, and our Supreme Captain, Brother. I'm being part of it. So thank you for honoring us. And may Allah continue to guide and protect you all in that what you do, bring the Islam and the Islam to the forefront, that some of the young believers can see what they're winning in front of them and the foundation that they're standing on.
That's right. Praise
Thank
be
you.
to Allah.
Assalamu
Islam, sir.
Islam, Cap.
Captain Waliullah, final words.
Yes, sir. Well, let me just say, it's an honor and thank you all, and good seeing my dear brothers and friends. The biggest work is still in front of us. So all that I've done and we have done, the greatest part of the work is still before us. And the full establishment of the kingdom is not completed. And we know as we prepare for his departure and their return, you and I know that what we have done in the past helped to lay a foundation, but what we do from here on out will determine our future and will determine who we are and how we recognize. So I'm looking forward to the next phase of the work that we have to do in helping the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and building the nation of Islam as we prepare for the Christ's return and for God to, establish his kingdom. So I'm just happy. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. When we traveled, we had our differences, but one thing we kept in front of was Allah and his messenger. And we're able to overcome whatever difficulty and differences that we had. Somebody mentioned about people looking at to be perfect men. Well, we were far from that. Matter of fact, if the mistakes that we made, that is preparing us to be better men and helpers of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. At least I can say that for myself. And so I've learned more from the errors and mistakes that I've made in the training, because the example in front of us was perfect. So when you have a perfect example, then you just have to lift yourself back up to the standard And that standard of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. But I'm grateful to these men. I'm grateful to the Dennis and the part that he played in my early years in Islam, and all of the men. You know, I used to have a saying about Sharif and the trust that I put in him and still have in him as the help of the minister. The same thing about Akil, the same thing about Khalil and Curtis. You know, I truly trust these men, and these are men that, you know, I'm honored to call my brothers, my friend, and to call companions with the messenger of Allah. So thank you all. I love you all. May Allah strengthen each one of your families. But let's prepare now for the next phase of our work, which is a greater work that we need to do in helping the Messiah. Thank you, my brother.
Absolutely.
Kawi.
Kawi.
Say it again, my brother.
Kawi.
Pronounce it for me. Kawi.
Yes, sir.
Brother Kawi. Thank
Yes,
all
sir.
three of you. Alaikum.
Thank you, Brother Abdul. Waliullah.
Brother Khalil, final word, soldier.
I'm thankful, grateful, brothers, and y'all keep up the good work on your show. You know, I've watched it a few times and got some very good subjects. I want to just say, you know, I love all the brothers. Everybody know that. I love the brotherhood. I learned a lot from Big D. He was the first one to tell me, man, you ain't got enough lieutenants when I first started. I ended up with about 12, 13 lieutenants, and we started rocking from there. You know?
12, 13.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You gotta have gotta let the men show their gifts from God. But I learned a lot from Captain Curtis. I mean, me and you go back, you know, we was the doers and we got it done. Captain Akil was my mentor, Brother Sharif, another mentor, a great man. I admired him and how steadfast he was with the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. So, you know, and then Musti, just a brother of brothers. We love him, Supreme Captain. But and I thank you, brothers, for allowing us to come on, and I'm looking forward to doing something soon here.
Absolutely.
Me to Allah.
That's what I'm talking about. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Khalil.
Walaikum salam.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Before we go forward, you know, Brother Ahmed had a great idea. I want Ahmed, tell me about your idea you had, brother, for the show.
I think we need to run about Brother Street first on the side. No, I was after speaking with some of the brothers on the screen here, I was, you know, some of these talk shows and radios, they have inspirational vitamin, but just hearing you brothers, I get so inspired. And I know that inspiration we all need, brothers, sisters, we all need that. You know, we get it from the minister, we get it every day. We get it from the lectures, but the captains come with a different militant posture. So I was thinking maybe we can get one of you to speak an inspirational vitamin for a minute on our show every week. That we have a show, we can invite one of you on and give a good word to inspire the young men and women that's working hard in this cause of truth. You know, we wanted to invite y'all to do something like that.
That was Big D.
Yes, sir. But those will be glad to be on there every week.
Oh, man.
All right, final words, Captain Dennis.
Thank you, brothers, for allowing me and my brother comrades to have a platform not only to share these testimony stories of walking with the Messiah, but it's so good to be with them. I love you guys, man.
Love you too.
And I want to say to every FOI and MGT that is looking at this, we would not be nothing without y'all. For those men who served up under every one of us,
That's right.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if anything I've done wrong to injure any one of you, I'm like Sharif. Please forgive me. So charge it to my mind and not my heart. I'm a little different now. I still will shake you down though, but that's okay. You know, I'm trying to be born. But nevertheless, the MGT and the FOI had backed us and allowed us to move the minister around. And when we came on deck, the soldiers was on deck.
That's right.
The MGT was on deck.
That's right.
Man, they would take care of us, feed us, look after us. We just had a wonderful time. I just want to say to my comrades, brothers, if there's any time our nation needs us, it's now. Your expertise, your wisdom, your background, your experience, these young soldiers need it.
That's right.
We have now moved into the emeritus status. He called me Captain Emeritus. It's a beautiful title. It means semi-retired. Can't call me student captain no more. Student captain on emeritus. I just want to say that to many of y'all want to keep calling me student captain. And man, I'm like, boy, I work hard for them fights. Come on, brother Sri. But nevertheless, brothers, sisters, thank you so much. You have enriched our lives. And let me tell you something. It ain't over till it's over, team.
That's right.
It ain't over until our beloved Supreme Captain Mustafa. I talked to him today. He seen the video. He loved it. He told me to send him the link. He may come on. He may be listening and watching even as we speak. Brother Mustafa, we love you, man.
Yes, sir.
And the things we know about the Supreme Captain Mustafa.
Yes, sir.
Never left the needle side.
Come on now.
Yes, sir. The needle side, man.
Brothers, brothers.
Thank you. We honor you. And we pray for your wife. Every day, we pray for Sister K.
Yes,
So
sir.
thank y'all, my brother. And let me tell you, man, to y'all too, man, I salute you, brother captains. Salam alaikum.
Praise Allah. Beautiful.
Captain Akil, final word, soldier.
That's blocked, man. That's blocked.
That's blocked. Oh, my fault.
Praise due to Allah, man. I want to give thanks to Allah, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Minister Farrakhan, our Supreme Captain. I want to give thanks to all the brothers that are here now that I soldiered with for years, brother, that helped shape my life and put me on kept me on this mission of serving the minister. You know, even though reflecting back to coming back when it was just a handful of us to a mighty nation, brother, it was just a pleasure to work with these brothers to help the minister rebuild the nation and make men, to see the minister making men all over the planet, especially here in the United States.
Right.
We crisscross with the minister hundreds of times from the West Coast to the East Coast, and the minister looked like he'd never get tired. And he used to say, brother, I'm older than all y'all. And you know, that was our example right there, you know. And he always served as our example, man. I was honored to call him father. And he said to me one day, he said, brother, I'm your father as long as you my son. In other words, you know, like Captain Dennis said, you can turn hypocrite anytime now, you know. And that's what the check procedure is, that you can go out the Mars and come back a hypocrite. So we check you, recheck you. So I'm honored, man. I'm honored.
That's good teaching, brother Cap.
Three brothers that had the courage to interview us as former regional captains. You all had to don't let no one tell you that you did something wrong. This is perfect, brothers, because the book even say a young man for war old man.
For counsel. Come on.
Now, I ain't never considered myself old one time, but now I gotta realize it, man. 70 years old, you know what I mean? You know, but in the nation, you don't retire in the nation, you know. You know, I could still reflect on the time flying with the minister. Minister bumped me, man, and look out the window, and there's a mother, a baby plane following the minister everywhere he went. So, you know, Allah, I always say Allah ain't through with me yet.
Right.
Allah saw in me something that put me on this course.
Come on now.
Allah hooked me up with these mighty men here. You know, and we got a love for each other, brother, that can't nothing deteriorate, come in between this love here that we have for one another. And that's a true brotherhood. That's what the brotherhood is about, man. You know, and so for the rest of the brothers who might be listening, man, you have to seek knowledge. You know, knowledge sometimes don't come to you. You have to be a wise man to go outside the box and seek knowledge, man, like those three brothers in front of me up there did. And that's courage. And I thank Allah for you, brothers. And I never forget this day.
Thank Allah for
you know, and I know that work is not over with, and I know at a time we will be called back again.
That's right. That's right.
And if not, always pray that I'll be on the front line, which I'm gonna be on the front line.
Come on, front line. That's right.
Front line.
Yes, sir.
You know, so I thank a lot for these brothers, because these brothers here don't take no wooden nickels, brothers. That, you know what I mean. When it comes to their leader, they're gonna make it happen.
That's right.
And I'm glad and honored to serve with these brothers here. Praise be to Allah.
Praise be to Allah.
Wow, man. F1, former Supreme Captain Sharif Muhammad.
Current student regional minister. Come on now.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I would just like to say, first of all, I want to just say again, I thank Allah for the Honorable Louis Farrakhan allowing a wretch like me to be able to serve me in his ministry. I thank Allah over and over again for this. I want to thank Allah for the 90th Supreme Captain, Mustafa Farrakhan.
Come on now.
The soldier, brother, from sun up to sundown.
Come on, man.
Go ahead, brother minister.
I don't think you really know how much I love him.
Go ahead, brother minister.
For his brotherhood and the love, the sacrifice he's made for him and his family, for his father. I want to thank each and every one of you, for the Osman, for JAKQ, for the Kawi, for allowing us to come on your platform. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, brother minister.
And my contact.
Come on now.
Good God Almighty, the best that ever did it. Got to say it, goddamn. I got to say it. Let the haters be almost there. Look, I'm saying, I love the fact that you say you do our flowers while we live. And that's what the Honorable Farrakhan said. So y'all ain't did nothing wrong. And I want to say to each one of the brothers what we're going to do soon. I'm going to do an interview with Rise Magazine for all the brothers real soon.
Come on now.
Interview each one of you, comrades, man, and let you tell your story. Because these young soldiers that's coming up, they don't know what took place because a lot of people haven't told them.
Right.
Why we still have breath in us, let's tell it.
Yes, sir.
Let's tell the story. A lot of the untold stories that we need to tell the young brothers. What took place and what's taking place. Like Brother Akia said just now, Allah ain't through with y'all yet, ain't through with us. We still got work to do.
Yes, sir.
Help. Honorable Louis Farrakhan and the nation of Islam. Up, you mighty warriors. You can accomplish what you need.
Yes, sir.
Well, it ain't nothing like the brotherhood. The fruit is
The
the
best.
best.
Yes.
That's right.
Come on now.
I'm gonna say it again. The fruit is
The
the
best.
best.
Come on man.
I want to, and I'm look what we're doing now. I got the signs that the politicians put out. I'm putting them all over Atlanta, Georgia. I'm putting the sign out. The fruit is the best. I got the signs all over social media. You be seeing the fruit is the best, and we call on all the soldiers. Come on, and let's get back in this army and go to work and help the Honorable Louis Farrakhan and the nation with Islam. Come on, soldiers, let's go to work.
Yes, sir, brother minister.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, we ain't finished, brother Jack. Final words, bro. Let's keep this love going, brother.
Man, brother, this history right here. I came in under these brothers. I just want to thank Allah that you all was able to part the gift that he placed in each one of y'all, and you wasn't afraid to share that gift with the brotherhood. I want to thank you all. I want to thank your families for their sacrifice of letting you loose in our nation so that you can come and teach brothers like myself, who's 20 years old, coming in off the street, giving me a chance at a life. I want to thank you all for your sacrifice, brotherhood. We give you your flowers while you live, brother. Man, we love you all. We honor you all. Brother Minister, you know you over there turning an ant bed into an ark. Praise be to Allah. Man, y'all keep pushing. Captain Dennis, Captain Curtis, you know you on that road pushing that program right now, going up the road. So we respect that. We honor that. Abdul, Wali, Ullah, you still pushing out there on the West Coast. Brother Khalil, brother, you're a legend. And Brother Akil, you definitely sent some men throughout this nation that you trained up, brother. So wonderful job. We're proud of y'all. Assalamu alaikum, fruit.
Walaikum salam, sir.
Alaikum salam, my dear brothers.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. Final words, brother Ahmed.
Praise be to Allah. I definitely like to thank you, brothers, for joining us. It's an awesome experience just to be around your brothers, and just to get a look into the experience and the wisdom that you all maintained on that road. And I'm extremely happy that you speak to, because there's a lot of casualties that came along the line in this hard work. A lot of men don't know what it means to make it happen. You know, they give up, they fail, they get emotional, and there's a lot of casualties along the way. We lost a lot of men. I'm so happy that Brother Sharif always goes on that exhibition of getting the troops back together. He always goes out to call the men back to Islam, to the work, because it's so easy to quit. It's so easy to fall out. And you brothers just being here tonight just shows that, look, man, it's a long haul. It's a long haul, and it's hard along the way. And we definitely want to give you your flowers while you live. And the more we can give, the more we can hear from you, the more we can see you. I think it inspires young brothers and sisters in the ranks now to hold fast and stay strong to the word. Thank you all for coming on.
Salam alaikum, brother. Praise be to Allah. Great words, brother.
Walaikum salam.
Wow. Brother, my final words. I want to say, first of all, it was an honor working with each and every one of you. It's no mistake, man, why y'all were captains. I got a chance to talk to each and every one of you individually. And y'all are truly bosses, man. Y'all, the right people was in place at the right time, doing that with the minister at the right time. And I'm happy now to be a part of this great nation of Islam. And when I look at the old videos, trying to study, trying to find out, trying to catch up with some of the history that I didn't have a chance to be a part of, I always saw you brothers everywhere the minister set up at. I saw you brothers with them, and it just inspired me to find out who are these brothers that's always with him. That wherever he went, it was like y'all was his showpiece, and I just appreciate the work that y'all did and the image that y'all put out there for us to try to model ourselves out there. So look, man, I want to let y'all know this as well. I recently linked up with a guy that he does production, and I want to be interviewing you guys individually to do like a little 1 hour documentary on the F team, how I got started. So I'll be calling you real soon to get that in motion. So the little bit we did right now is just to get off the ground. Hopefully other podcasts, other platforms will recognize the good work you did and invite you to their platform so your story can continue to be heard over and over and over again. So once again, I salute you, brothers. I thank you for your service. And again, it was an honor working with you. That's what I got. Assalamu alaikum.
I want to give one shout out to Brother Sadiq. May God be pleased. He was the original F5, and we cannot forget to mention him.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, sir. And we're going to show the video. We're going to show this tribute video one more time before we close out.
We must first be brothers. So those of you who thought you would come out here to see a weak, fragile, decrepit Farrakhan, I want you to look again. I'm here and I'm strong.
You're a soldier, black man, by nature. You love discipline. Black man don't like it if it's weak and namby-pamby. Islam brings out the natural warlike propensity in the black man. Black man is a born soldier.
The people that God has blessed me with make sure that Brother Farrakhan has whatever he needs to do the job of the liberation of our people.
Coming right now to the stage, are you ready for the Honorable Louis Farrakhan? Takbir! Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! There's a new black man in America today. Join me as we embrace with deep gratitude, with profound love, our beloved leader, our beloved teacher, and our beloved guide, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Help me, brothers and sisters, to embrace our beloved Minister Farrakhan. Allahu Akbar!